you feel as though you are an emotional eater? Before we get on into it, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. I'm Long Island's eating disorder specialist. I post on this channel twice a week all about eating disorders, body image issues, and general mental health. So if any of that interests you, please click the subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, consider subscribing to my email list using the link in the description below. What you'll get there are weekly newsletters. At the beginning of each week, I will send you out letting you know what I'm going to be putting out that week. Additionally, which is a bonus, I create resources to go along with many of my videos, and including this one, and I will send that at the beginning of each week so that you have the ability to use them in conjunction with my videos and hopefully get the most out of them. A lot of people emotionally eat, and they want to know how to stop emotional eating or how to overcome emotional eating. And it's really actually a quite simple answer, however, not so simple in process. So what I mean by that, let's go backtrack for a moment and talk about what emotional eating means. A lot of people associate emotional eating with eating when you are experiencing some sort of emotion. So you are going to turn to food to cope with whatever emotion that you're dealing with. Simply put, if you are dealing with emotional eating, the answer to overcome emotional eating is to find another way to cope with the emotion. However, it's simple to say and simple enough to think about, but it is actually very difficult to put into practice. Let's start with this. If you feel that you are emotionally eating, it's very, very important to become aware of the emotion that's leading to that emotional eating. So what I would suggest is next time that you find that you're emotionally eating, backtrack and actually take notes. Like, what happened before this? What was I feeling? What am I feeling right now in this moment? Even consider looking up a list of feelings words and really identify, because a lot of times you might not even recognize that you feel certain things. So identify the emotions that you're feeling. Once you have this, and you might find that if you continue to do this practice that I'm saying, that you have about the same emotions that tend to lead you to emotionally eating. So figure out what those emotions are. And now we have to be honest that eating has become a coping skill for you. That when you feel X, Y, and Z, let's say when you feel sad, you turn to eat to make you feel better, to help you cope, to make you numb out, to make you not think about whatever's making you sad. Whatever the reason is, eating has become some sort of comfort. Food has become comfort for you. And it's very easy to get caught up in that, because if that is something that you've developed as a coping skill, we are going to go into the quickest coping skill that we know to use. So what I mean by that is when we are struggling with some sort of negative emotion or undesirable emotion, that usually is very energy draining. And as a result, when we already don't want to make more decisions than we have to, but as a result, if you are already feeling in a negative space, you have a diminished energy level than you would if you were in a positive space, which makes it a little harder for you to decide that you're going to choose something different than what you already know is going to be helpful for you, which is why it's really important to have coping skills list at the ready, a coping box at the ready, and that's something that I made videos on, and I'll leave those in the cards. However, it's really important to know alternatives that you can use as a coping skill as opposed to turning to eating. However, I do want to put this out there also. It's okay that eating could be a coping skill. And I know that's probably not something that you expected to hear. However, it's not okay for it to be your only coping skill. So let's face it, sometimes if you're sad, there's nothing more comforting than just having some chocolate or maybe having a bowl of ice cream or whatnot. Maybe it just provides you a little bit of comfort. It brings you back to childhood, whatever the reason is. It's okay for that to happen. However, you need to also have alternative coping skills so that it's not just eating. It's okay if you even emotionally eat at some times. We're creatures of just emotions. We are humans. We're not perfect. We're not always going to make the choices that are in our best interest all the time. So it's okay. It's just a matter of making sure that it's balanced out with other coping skills. I have a worksheet with this to help you to figure out what emotions you may be struggling with that lead you to emotional eating. and how to identify different coping skills that might be helpful as alternatives to that. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you found a coping skill that has been helpful in your recovery from emotional eating. You could click my face over here to subscribe to my channel. I wish you an abundance of coping skills on your journey to finding your state of balance, and I will see you in my next video.